people who want to talk negative and they don't, this ain't that and this ain't, I'm good, boo. Go ahead. Have y'all little negative party and y'all stay right there having it. As for me and mine, we going forward. Amen. I'm not interested in what you think about what God told me to do. God told me to do it. We're not about to have a conversation about, we're not going to have a board meeting about what God told me to do. We're not going to discuss it. This is what God told me to do. I'm going forward if you want to go forward with me. Amen. Come on. When MBJ called me and told me to come to LA, I wasn't on no, well, I have a schedule right now. God was like, yo, this is the opportunity, the door about to open. Get on that plane and get to. I'm just saying, God is like, yo, if you just do my will, why are you still on your will? Why are you still doing your will? It's not working. You will pay the fare when you don't do what God tells you to do. You got to pay to go the wrong way. It costs to go the wrong way. It's free when you go God's way. You don't pay nothing when you go God's way. They're all inclusive when you go God's way. Everything is paid for. Give me one of those, give me one of those, and my friend will have two. Hey, let me just tell y'all something. If you want to see big time, take a person I ain't never went on a trip before, take them on one of them all-inclusive boys. They don't know. They thinking like, is that right there? Bruh, go ahead, get all of it. I got you. It's all on me. Now I'm just being real, y'all. Watch this. You think I'm playing. So I was on the plane the other day, first class by the grace of God. There's a young girl on the plane. She couldn't be more than 10 years old, 11 years old. Somebody paid for her to fly first class. She didn't even know what was going on. I love it. Dave, I love it. I was watching the whole thing. She didn't even know. So the lady came and was like, you want something to drink? And I watched her look at the lady like, then she kind of looked at me like, can I have something to drink? I'm like, yeah, you can have something to drink. So she was getting her little drinks, little girl. Then the lady came back and was like, so we're going to have a meal. Here are the three choices. She gave us the three choices. She left and little mama looked at me and was like, is that real? I said, it's all yours, baby girl. I don't know who paid for you to be on here, but whoever paid for you in this seat. Oh, you missed what I just said. For God so loved the world that it's all paid for. For God so loved the world that he gave, it's all paid for. You can have a good life and you can have a good life and your sins are forgiven and your sins are forgiven. And I got a plan for you and I got a plan for you and I got a calling for you and I got a calling for you. All y'all got, just follow my will. It's all inclusive. It's all paid for. You ain't got to pay a dime. Just find your butt on the seat. I ain't going to put you in the seat, but if you can get to the seat, it's all paid for. I ain't going to force you to get on the plane. But if you get on the plane, it's all paid for. It's all in there. I ain't hanging with nobody that ain't going forward no more. I don't want to have the backwards conversations no more. I'm not interested. You have your little backward with you by yourself. I'm only hanging out with people who going forward. I ain't got a lot of time here on this earth. I want the rest of it to be blessed. You know what hurts? When I realized that all this time I should have been flying first class. I was the one who went to the back of the bus, doing some back of the bus foolishness. Paying for the back of the bus foolishness. I said, who told you to, why are you back there? In your mama's womb before you was born, I called you up here. I told you was royal. I know your daddy didn't want you, but he didn't have to call you royal. I wasn't waiting for him to call you royal before you were considered royal. I called you royal before your daddy even knew that he was having a son. And even though he ain't sure you his, I'm certain that you mine. He might have some doubts. I ain't got no doubts. He might have some doubt. He might not know if you yours not. He might have some doubt. He might not raise you because he don't believe. He might not want to fight your mama for you, but I fought the devil for you. He might not want to press through, but Jesus pressed through. Your daddy may not have wanted to do it, but I did it. You walking around here like you ain't nobody. You listening to the enemy talk that backwards talk, and now you surrounding yourself with people who talking that backwards talk. I don't hang with them no more. Don't come to me with that foolishness. We talking forwards. Can I tell y'all what's so crazy? Where are you? You said to me that you don't know your what? You don't know what your gifts are. That's what you told me, right? And you told me you was looking for somebody to help you to figure out what your gifts are, right? And I told you I was going to try to help you find somebody, but I was going to try to help you find somebody that lived in your city so they could be there for you. And you told me you was from where? San Diego. I told her, then I got you. If you in San Diego, I'm in San Diego, then I got you. Now, I'm not going to come to where you are, but I'm going to tell you where I am. And if you show up, you about to get first-class treatment. You ain't got to go to one of the other coaches. You about to get the first-class treatment. If you where I'm at, if you live where I'm at, then I told her I'm going to turn my daughter on to you. If you where I'm at, and if you get turned on to my daughter, then my wife probably going to get involved. Are you hearing what I'm trying to tell you? You got first class before you even knew you had first class. Get your butt out the back. Some of y'all still in the back. Some of y'all young, you don't know about, Trailways or Greyhound. You're young. When I was a kid, I used to be Greyhound back where the bathroom was. It was a terrible experience. Greyhound, number one, is a terrible experience. Dave, I actually took it, Dave, from Miami, when we were in Miami, all the way to Chicago. It was a terrible experience. And I was in the back in the bathroom. And you know anything about Greyhound, those people ain't tripping about using on the bathroom. It's something about the Greyhound people, they don't have no etiquette, like they ain't on that. They going in there, you holla like they at the crib. Ba, 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 ba. Boom. And me and my girl right there. We've been on the plane ever since that trip. We've made this sacrifice. Whatever it costs, we paid the price. Are y'all listening to what I'm saying? You still in the back. When he paid for the front, you have absolutely no right to be in the back because he paid for the front. He paid for a first-class seat, and because of our low self-esteem, because the devil has convinced us of some dumb stuff, you didn't walk past where your name was. Your name was in the seat in first class, and you didn't walk past your name, and you didn't go somewhere that you have no business being. You have no business in the pig pen. Get your butt up. Go home. Talking to my mom yesterday, and told my mom, I said, Ma, love you, Mom, but you got to do me a favor. She said, what? I said, Mom, when we talk, you got to stop talking that working class talk. I said, Ma, your son not in the working class, I'm in the wealthy class, Mom. But the whole concept, somebody asked me the other day, they was like, E, can you get, bruh, have you seen the price of gas? I was like, actually, no. I haven't seen it. I just fill up. I haven't seen it. I'm a lender. I got other stuff that I'm looking at. I'm looking at kids' college tuition and helping them go to school. I'm putting money aside for kids to go to Dubai. I don't have time to look at gas prices. That's a borrower's conversation. How much something costs. I'm a lender. We don't have those kind of conversations. I said, Ma, listen to me. I love you. And if it had not been for the working class, we wouldn't be where we are right now. But Ma, you from the baby boomer. We didn't hit 3-4 generations since then. It's a new language. I need you to talk wealth talk. When you talk to me, I need you to talk wealth talk. Come on, son, how much is that apartment? I don't know. That's a tax write-off. I don't know. I don't know how much it is. That's my accountant. They write that off. That's a business expense. I don't know. Well, if they paying this and they paying that, then what's going to happen? They need to have a home at some point. I said we got 3. So when we die, they got 3. They get 2 and they split the other one for cash. Mom, it's a different, Mom, we not on the night. There are those of you in this room, your problem is you know who God is. Some of you have worshiped God, but you're still operating in the natural. You're not operating in the spirits. I'm not talking about going to church no more. I've been to church. I've seen church folk. I've seen people do the Sabbath school. I've watched people eat a certain way. That ain't got nothing to do with being in the power, the wisdom, and the authority of the Holy Ghost. That's 2 different things. I know people who read the Bible back and forth. They still ain't got no power. I watch people pray. Their prayers hit the ceiling and come back. We're not talking religion. I'm talking about getting a relationship with God that will give you an authority and a power that would allow you to walk on the earth differently. Nobody got time to be going to church if we're going to still do. And so what they were saying was, how can he do this? I know what school he went to. How can he do this? I know his mama. How can he do this? I know his daddy. How can he do this? They grew up in Egypt. How can he do it? He didn't even grow up with us. They had to hide somewhere. I know where he was born, in a manger. I'm looking at his natural circumstances. I'm looking at his natural life, and this don't add up. Got married at 19, coming out of Oakwood. They should be divorced. You are absolutely right in the natural. You ain't lying. You telling the truth. Mama got pregnant with me at 17 years old. My father had 5 kids by 5 different women. You absolutely right. Not lying. Just misguided. You talking in the natural. We ain't in the natural no more. We in the spirit. Oh, you missed what I just said. We operating in the spirit. The boy, a high school dropout, how he get a PhD? I connected to the spiritual, and when I connected to God, he started downloading stuff that I didn't get when I was in elementary school. He started downloading stuff that I didn't take serious in middle school. He started downloading stuff that I didn't get in high school. I dropped out. He started downloading stuff as if I was in middle school all over again. Started doing stuff with my brain that blew my mind. I invite you today to get out of the natural. I ain't never had a PR person. I'm not telling you don't have one. I'm just telling you I had one. Just not in the natural. I ain't never had no agents. I'm telling you, I ain't never had. We did this on YouTube, y'all. We did this on Instagram. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? We blew up. We ain't been on nobody's TV. We blew up. We ain't been on nobody's network. We blew up. Nike, Under Armour, ain't nobody sponsored us. We blew up. They say, how in the world did this kid, who did he study under? Did he study Tony Robbins? Nope, that don't sound like Tony Robbins. It's got to be Les Brown. Les is the black motivator. He went through motivate. He went through Les. Nope, that don't sound like a little bit. He sound like he hungry, but it's a little different. Where does this kid come from? Where does he come from? They study my background. Where does he come? How did he go from being a high school dropout? How did he go from not knowing his biological father? How did he go from sleeping in the bed, abandoned building? How did he go from sleeping in the car? How did he become the #1 motivational speaker in the world? I got baptized at a revival, Pastor Willis, Detroit, Michigan. I got baptized. I gave my life to Christ, and I started tapping in. Oh, as a matter of fact, I didn't just tap in, I tapped out. I'm like, God, I can't do this. I went to college and was like, whoa, I can't do this. I'm telling you, that's where, but God is like, I don't care where you start. As soon as you tap out, I'm going to tap in. As soon as you get, and there are those of you who are not where you want to be because you are in the natural. And then there's a group of you go from the natural to the spiritual, from the natural to the spiritual, and then you upset because you're not where you want to be. And you're not where you want to be because you keep going from the natural to the spirit. God is saying, I hate that. I love Christians because Christians be dogging out non-believers. Non-believers got it better than y'all. They cold. I said, I hate the natural. Then you're going to try to come back into the spirit. And then natural. Then you're going to try to come in. He said, you lukewarm. I'll spit you out. Depart from me. I would prefer you either be natural or spiritual. I prefer you be hot or cold. You going back and forth, back and forth. My church was so packed last week because of Easter week. Everybody was in there. I'm like, I ain't seen you. Let me say this as we get ready to wrap this thing up. Let me say this to you. Tell you this, and I'm going to say it in a way where I'm going to be kind and try to help you. In the natural, you can play games and get some of the natural stuff. You can rob a bank and get away with it and be rich, or you could do the little fraud scheme, get away with it. You could put money here, take people money. You could charge card schemes. You could fake and have a degree that you didn't earn and get a job that you never. I tell y'all something though, you can't fake it to get into the spiritual. You can't fraud your way into the spiritual. Oh, you want the rewards, but you don't want the work that come with the rewards. But you didn't want to do the work up. But come on, I'm talking to y'all. You want to know what's wrong with you and why you ain't blew up. God has said, you're trying to get my rewards without even having a relationship. You're trying to walk around with the power that Jesus had, but you ain't trying to do what he did to get that power. I want y'all, every time you grab this ball, I want you to grab this ball and go, opportunity, right? Every time you lace them up, I want you to lace them up and go, this ain't just about a game. This is about opportunity. And each generation, if you pay attention, Martin Luther King, you pay Medgar Evers, you pay attention, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, each one of them allowed us to go a little bit further. I make over $100,000 to talk for an hour. You don't think Martin Luther King could have been doing this? It's just that I was born in 1970, and so internet came out the late 90s, early 2000s, and so I was blessed because of that. So number one, everybody say it with me, opportunity. Come on, opportunity. Come on, say it like you mean it, opportunity. I will not, come on, say it, I will not destroy or mess up this opportunity. Because y'all got to understand something. You know what I'm saying? You know, CP3 been in the league for a long time. There are a lot of people that's been given opportunity. They lost it all. So don't think once you get opportunity, like it's yours forever. It's not. When you get an opportunity, you got to steward that opportunity. Like, okay, so I don't know, but he gave 110, 15, 12. All right. And the one he gave 10 took care of the 10 and he gave him more. The one he gave 5 took care of the 5 and he gave him more. The one with 2 did not take care of the 2. So he took the 2 from him and gave it to the one that had 10. Listen to me very closely. This is a phenomenal opportunity. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, your whole family can be set straight if you take advantage of this opportunity. On 3, opportunity. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on, 1, 2, 3. Opportunity. Say it with me. I will not destroy this opportunity. Come on, I will not destroy this opportunity. Now, I got to tell y'all this. There are some jealous, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but there's some jealous folks other places thinking they should have been at this camp. Like flat out, don't get it twisted. Like it's some folks sitting here going, why didn't I get invited? Why didn't I get that opportunity? And so while you were here like geeked up because you got the opportunity, right? There's somebody looking at it like, yo, I didn't get it. And I promise you, like, yo, I didn't get it, but I'm going to show you in college. I'm going to show you in the pros. I should have got that opportunity. So I just want y'all to understand something. Like this is something unique and this is something special. Does that make sense? All right, let's go. Last year, I got a call from the 49ers, right? 3 things I want to give y'all. So the 49ers called me, and when they called me, it was December 8th that I went to San Fran. On December 6th, they were 6-6, 17 games, 6-6, right? So they brought me in and was like, yo, E, if we gonna make the playoffs, we got to win at least 4 or 5 of these, like we got 5 more games. We got to win 4 or 5 games, right? So I'm in there talking to the dudes, and I'm like, look, let's just be real. The reality is not that you don't have the talent. Like you in the league, bro. All y'all sitting in here, y'all 1%ers. Like it is what it is. Y'all can run just as fast. You can catch, you can throw, you can tackle. I said, here's the problem. Y'all 6-6, not because y'all don't have phenomenal skill. The problem is you got average will, right? Make sure you write that down. There's 2 things you need to do to take advantage of this opportunity and be a dog. You need phenomenal skill and you need phenomenal will. You need both, right? Now look, the first one, God gave it to you. So if you 6'6", right, you can jump, you can run, you can defend. Look, 6'6" is a God-given opportunity. Like you didn't make yourself 6'6". That's what God gave you. That's phenomenal skill. But to make it in this league or to get to the league, I'm telling you, you got to have phenomenal will. Now, sometimes, all right, my sister get mad at me, but my middle sister went to Michigan. All right, she had phenomenal skill. Academically, the girl was tough. She went to school as an engineer. I tell my little sister all the time, like, yo, you were smarter than me. Like, you know I love you. I worship the ground you walk on. But because you had phenomenal skill, sometimes you didn't necessarily have that will. You didn't have that dog, right? And I wasn't smart as you, but I passed you up. Why? Because I had that dog. I had that will. I had that determination. I don't care that I can't read or write. Like I failed English twice in college. I still got a 4-year degree. Took me 12 years, but that dog, that will. I said, if God gave me the ability to get up, yep, it might take me 5 days to do what it take you to do in 1 day, but I'm gonna do it in 5. It may take me 4 weeks to read a book that you can read in a week, but I got that dog. And guess what happens? if you don't have phenomenal skill, but you got phenomenal will, you can make up for skill. All right, I want y'all to know that. So number one, you need two things. You need phenomenal skill, but you also need phenomenal will, right? That's important. So the 12-year, 4-year degree took me 12, turned into the master's, which turned into a PhD. Somebody say, bro, if you fail English and all master's and PhD is reading, how did you do it? I walked that joker down. I walked it down. No TV. All right, put that down because you're going to catch that. Sacrifice, no TV. Look, I'm going to be real with y'all. And I just started catching up, right? I literally missed Friday, next Friday. I missed everything. Like all the black TV stuff, I missed it. Boomerang, I missed everything. Like my boy's like, how you black and you ain't never seen Fridays before? Like, how you black? I was like, bruh, I went in the dark, y'all. I went in the dark for 10 years. I ain't watched no TV. I ain't listened to no music. All I know at that time, I just knew like Biggie's hottest stuff or Pac's hottest stuff. I didn't know the songs that was on the album. I sacrificed like 10 years to catch up with everybody else. Like for real, ADHD, I had a learning disability when I was younger. Like I overcame all of that with that dog. I overcame all of that with will. So I cut the TV off. I cut off intramural sports. I cut off everything. Other than church, I cut it off. Other than God, I cut it off. I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning praying, and after that, I'm reading, I'm studying. Look, I was 24 years old. I bought a dictionary. I bought a thesaurus, and I was learning words. Listen to me very closely. Two things, skill and will. And I told them boys at the 49ers, I said, listen to me. Y'all got to win at least 4 out of these 5 games. I know y'all got it, but you lost that dog. And let me tell you why you lost the dog. And I said, let's go outside and look at these cars. Flat out. I'm like, let's go look at these cars. You lost your dog. You lost that fight. Why? Because you just prayed for a car and you got it. You just prayed to make millions and you got it. You just wanted your mom in the house. I said, listen to me. Everything you've ever dreamed of, everything you ever wanted, you got. So when you play the game on Sunday, you ain't got nothing to play for. Like you only had a small dream. You had a dream of a house and a car and to take care of your mama. All that is done. So what you playing for? What you playing for? You ain't playing for nothing. That's why they beating you. That's why they taking advantage. That's why you 6-6. You not 6-6 because you can't make it to the playoff. You 6-6 because you lost that dog. All y'all playing with on Sunday is phenomenal skill. All y'all got that. But to go to the Super Bowl, you got to have that dog. And so do me a favor. Everybody stop right now and write something else down. And they all start writing their stuff down. And guess what? They won 4 out of 5 games. Here's what I told them. Every year I take a group of kids to the Super Bowl from the hood. So I took 20 kids to the Super Bowl. I said, we gonna be at the Super Bowl. I'm hoping y'all gonna be there. I made it, they didn't make it. But they got to the NFC championship game. One of the last drives, my man had the interception and he dropped the interception. Game would have been over with. 49ers would have been in the Super Bowl. Right? I wasn't mad at them. I told them we're gonna try to do it again next year, but listen to me very closely. 2 things I told them. Phenomenal and phenomenal. Come on, phenomenal and phenomenal. You gotta have both, right? One more time, phenomenal and phenomenal. The first one, who gives it to you? The second one, you got to work for it. God ain't giving that one to you. God don't give you dog. God can't wake up for you. God can't wake up for you. God can't make you say, when I don't feel, somebody asked me the other day, bro, they was like, E, what's discipline? I'm like, look, I got a GED. Let's keep it real. Discipline is doing what you said you were going to do when you don't feel like doing it, when you felt like doing it in the first place. That's all it is. When you first start playing this game, when you fell in love with it, you were just like, let's go, let's go, let's go. But then stuff's going to happen, right? And so why am I still good as a speaker? Because even when my wife got MS, I didn't lose that dog. When my wife got MS, I really went harder. Like, she ain't gonna be able to work again. She don't need no more stress. Like, I gotta dig deep now and go a little harder. When my mother-in-law was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and it spread through all her body, I actually went harder because I said, you gonna live, but you ain't gonna be able to work again. I actually went harder. And what I'm telling y'all, number 2 is this. You gotta discipline yourself And you got to learn that when you don't feel like it, you must still do it, or actually go harder when you don't feel like it. Because out of 365 days, there are going to be days you don't feel like getting up. There are going to be days you don't want to work out. There's going to be days you don't want to watch film. There's going to be days that you don't want to practice. There are going to be days you might not even want to play. There might be days you don't even feel like getting in the game. But listen to me very closely. Champions, if you want to make it to the next level, it's not about money. It's not about what you wear. You start separating the boys from the men. Listen to me. All of us can go buy a car, but all of us can't get up in the morning and grind through trials and tribulations. My son playing football broke his femur. Listen to me. I went harder because okay, write this down. Please write this one down. You've got to have private wins. You got to win in the dark before you can win in the light. Write that one down. So if you're going to separate yourself, growth is the greatest separator between men. As you grow, right? You see CP3, leadership, growth. You see the way he handles himself, growth. Like you see, like, I don't know if he know, but my wife, was watching, Tab, she became a vegan. She like, let's go. I'm like, all right, give me a couple months, boo. I feel you, boo, but you go first. you go first and you show me how it's done. I'm coming right behind you, but I just need, that's next level. That's saying that although I'm already great at what I do, I'm ready to dig deeper. I'm ready to do something. I'm ready to make another sacrifice. I'm ready to go somewhere everybody else ain't ready to go. Why? Because I'm ready to take it to the next level. So I'm asking, what sacrifices are you willing to make? Everybody want what you want. Everybody want to go to the league. Everybody want to take care of their family. Everybody want to be a celebrity or whatever you want to be, right? What are you willing to give up for it? What are you willing to sacrifice, right? On the road the other day, we hit Florida, the Gators. Right after that, we hit Ohio State football. Right after that, Minnesota Gophers. Then we hit the Vikings. And then I celebrated 32 years of marriage, gave my wife 2 days at the Mall of America. She was like, you smart. You don't even want to spend time with me. You knew what to do. I'm like, go for it. I got you. I got to take a break. Like, I don't have the stamina she had for shopping. Boom. Then I came right here on my way back, coming back for the Rams on Monday. You sacrifice, y'all. East Coast, West Coast. I'll do whatever it takes to keep this lifestyle. Does that make sense? So I want you to write in your phone right now, what are you willing to do to keep this lifestyle or go to the next level? Put that in your phone. What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to do? What sacrifices are you willing to make?